We're live. This is the real thing. It's not a drill. You are going away, my own dear son, and I don't know that I am believing that I'll see you again with these eyes of mine. That's why I'm so deeply grieving. You are taking my heart, but what use is it to an old man whose life is in his son? So take half of my wealth, go seek yourself wherever your spirit is leading. You're a wild olive branch, and you think you see a chance in the world and the pleasures it's shown you. Well, I've given you my best, but if it won't stand your taste, no, this father's love won't hold you. You were born in the East House, and your brother is here, and your name is the same as my own. So wherever you go, I just want you to know this place will always be your home. Well, I wish that I could spare you the trouble you'll find there, for your welfare is always my concern. I've given you my best, but if it won't stand your taste, no, this father's love won't hold you. Oh, I wish that I could spare you the trouble you'll find there, for your welfare is always my concern. I've given you my best, but if it won't stand your taste, no, this father's love won't hold you. Thank you. We'll just keep playing through. If I did one thing wrong, if I did one thing right, if I could take it all back from a summer's night, feel the winter wind from the bitter end of that lonesome road found its way along your skin. Baby, ain't it fine? The words that passed between us all fell for other lines, lost their way in time. But oh, ain't it grand? Thought we'd never live again, but now dying's just changing hands in times all sifting sand. So come along with me, take one long last look around, breathe it in, let it out, let it all run out. If I did one thing wrong, if I did one thing right, if I could take it all back from a summer's night, feel the winter wind from the bitter end of that lonesome road that found its way along your skin. Oh, ain't it strange, though all their names may change, somehow the face remains the same. to a memory caught by flame. Well, I do declare, though early it seems we lost, for which no cost it could repair, yet what did find us there? Oh, I'll be fine. The mind's a wondrous thing to lose, but a heart a thing of fools, the things it'll choose. So long, farewell, I bid you do, but now I'm taking off these shoes at the river, singing as I do. If I did one thing right, if I did one thing right, if I could take it all back from a summer's night. Feel the winter wind from the bitter end of the lonesome road that found its way along your skin. If I did one thing wrong, if I did one thing right, if I could take it all back from a summer's night.
Woo! I'd like to call the stage Mr. Drew Victor. Milo, lay down.
Let me get my paper one.
Milo, play the accordion.
Come on, over here. Come here. Sit. Sit.
Okay, good, go ahead. Well, sometimes I feel like Noah's dead, caught between the sea and the sky. But I'm looking down, no place is found to rest my wings. Or like a pilgrim bound to a place unknown, I knock on doors, there's no one home. I can't stay here, I just don't belong, so I move on. Your comfort comes in the dead of night. You reach out your hand, stop my flight. When the daylight dawns, I will fly again. But by night I take my rest in the arms of a friend. Oh, sometimes I feel like Noah's dove, caught between the sea and the sky above. Though I'm looking down and no place is found, you raise my wings. Wherever I go, wherever I lay me down to sleep, their love come comfort me. Whether I rise on wings of dawn, make my bed down in the deep, their love come comfort me. Oh, their love come comfort me. And if I say to dark, my friend, and dark take embrace of me, their love come comfort me. Should I lose myself tonight, giving all the light I see, their love come comfort me. Oh, their love come comfort me. Their love come comfort me. When I fall from grace of flights on the ground just as a seed, their love come comfort me. Dust to dust I'm born and breathe, silver cord, sight unseen. When I wake, you comfort me. Oh, their love come comfort me. Their love come comfort me. Wherever I go, wherever I lay me down to sleep, their love come comfort me. Whether I rise on wings of dawn, make my bed down in the deep, their love come comfort me. Oh, their love come comfort me. Their love come comfort me. Wherever I go, wherever I lay me down to sleep, their love come comfort me. Thank you.
Right, Neil is ready to conduct an interview.
It's like, I better just keep my eyes closed because I feel this thing bouncing all over the place. That was it, right?
Yeah.
We're good?
Do you want a few questions?
Any questions?
You can do it.
Shall we do it? Mom, you do it?
Yeah, just do that.
Okay. Gypsy one.
I like your songs.
Thanks, Miss
That's
Nancy.
sweet. So, the one that you're singing, that was One Thing Wrong and One Thing Right.
Yeah.
Well, what inspired you to, because I imagine that you write all your own lyrics.
Right, yeah. Well, two of those songs are actually covers, but that one was one that I wrote, so.
Oh, okay.
So
was
we got
it just like, does it like happen really quick when you write a song, or is it like things that you think of, or is it actually a personal song, or?
I think it's just kind of like there's a place where it all sort of just, for me anyway, I haven't been real active with songwriting, but that one, and a lot of the time it's kind of like I don't know if it's emotional or just all the information goes in and eventually it just kind of boils down to something and the buzzer goes off and it comes out.
Right.
So,
So it wasn't like something like you were feeling that you had done right things and wrong things in your life, or it's
well,
more
that's
general?
absolutely, that was it.
That's probably
It was,
what
no, it was,
everyone can
it
feel
was
that
far
way.
more all-encompassing. So it was like it was just like a culmination of all the things, and then sometimes you write about it up here, and then after a while, 2 or 3 things all combine into one thing. And you're like, well, yeah, that all kind of broke down to this now. So
So when you write it, do you put it like on paper, or you just keep it in your head?
No, I'm kind of superstitious about that, actually.
Oh, you don't want it on paper.
No, it's like if I write it down, then I feel like it goes away. So I have to hold it in there, and I have to wrestle with it, and then, because otherwise, if I'm wrestling with it, then I can hold on to it, and then it's like I'm working with it, and then I get to know. I used to wrestle, so when you're wrestling somebody, you
wow.
kind of get to know their.
Uh-huh.
You get to know them when you wrestle them, and you know the style. So it's one of those things where sometimes it's like not comfortable at all, but I don't know. I just like to hold on to it and just
Okay.
get every last little thing out of it that I
And
can.
while you're getting all of these lyrics, do you also hear music with it, or does that come later?
It usually is right before or along with or right after.
So you could have the lyrics before it. You could have the lyrics while you're fighting to get those
Yes.
lyrics, or it could come after you have it all figured out, I guess you would
Right.
call it.
Right.
Oh, that's
Usually,
pretty
I
cool.
mean, usually they're not very separated. It'll happen
Uh-huh.
within a matter of a few days. I had one song where I started writing, the chord progression. I was like, oh, that might be interesting at some point. And then I woke up in like 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. It just felt like it was getting squeezed out of me, and I had this giant press on me, and it was like, man, I got to get this thing done because this is terrible.
So once you get, it's almost like once you're hooked, you can't let go.
Yeah, but it's also, it
Wow.
doesn't happen that often, and I always appreciate the I
The
don't know,
creativity.
yeah,
that
it's like, I don't know if
happens.
visitation is the right word, but it definitely, like, there's something, everything
Wow.
sort of comes into harmonious accord at that point, and I'm like, okay, here we go.
Oh, that because I have never written a song or played music, so to me it's pretty intriguing how it happens. Like, it's a creative process.
Yeah.
So now, which song was it? A song that you were just playing that was someone else's? Because to me, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, this might be a giveaway. So the first,
Do you want
the
to answer this
first,
question?
the first song and the third song that Drew played on were actually written by my mom.
Oh, really?
And that's
Wow.
why you probably can't really tell the difference because the
Okay,
styles are
wow. Okay.
similar.
Oh, neat. So
Yeah.
the first song and the third
Third
song.
song, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I remember the last song because you're kind of like to me it's more like of a soothing song, like you're laying there and love comes on you.
Yeah.
I mean, to me it's almost like a song that you would sing like if you wanted a child to go to sleep. It's very soothing.
Like so, that one actually happened as of the pandemic, and I think I was just so stressed out,
Oh, wow.
and then this one kind of floated through like
Oh,
that.
that's why it
And then
feels so soothing.
I
It's like
it was I guess an answer to prayer of sorts because it came out and I was like, I don't usually write songs that are
right, like you're kind of
comforting.
it's comforting. Yeah, definitely
Right.
comforting because I actually really felt comforted by
wonderful,
it,
good,
and it was
good.
like this is kind of it's probably what we need right now because right now
Well, that's great to
things
hear.
have been
That's great to
really
hear. Thank you.
really strange for everyone.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I really appreciated hearing it.
Thanks, Nancy.
And then also you've got this unusual tone to your voice. Is it like any musician that you kind of followed when you were younger that brought it about, or is it just something that happened on its own?
Yeah, I think it might have just happened on its own. I couldn't really say. Some days it'll sound more one way, and some days a little more another. And
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And
so-
it's not quite country, but it has a little bit of that feel to it.
I think I like sort of the country soul. Probably I'd say like the old country soul,
Uh-huh.
and the old sort of folk and Appalachian, just that sort of bluesy, rootsy soul kind of feeling. Because for me, I felt like music used to cost those people more, and for whatever reason, because it cost them more when they sang it, it gave more also.
When
And that
you
always
say
struck me.
cost more, you mean like they were using more of their soul, more of their emotions, they put more of themselves into it?
I think it came out of harder times.
Oh, harder times.
Like just harder
Okay.
times. I think we live in a very fortunate and fortuitous age at present, and I think that people that didn't have it so easy and didn't have microwaves or I rented a car and all you have to do is push the button and it starts. And I mean they had to
Get
life
out.
life
There
was
like the
just
movie
harder.
pictures where they cranked it
Right,
and got
right.
muddy and yeah.
So I think life was just harder. So the
Harder.
music, it's you know, it cost more to get it out. It was more difficult. It was more of a conscious decision. That wasn't like, well, you know, everything's going well, so I think I'll just use my free time to watch music or play music.
So it actually was from their own hardship that it came
I think
out
so.
through.
I think so.
Okay.
There was a real connection there that I identify with. I'm not saying anybody else doesn't have that, but for some reason that just struck me because I used to listen to Leonard Skinner a lot, and their thing was, we just want to write music for everybody. We don't want it to be some, you know, esoteric head trip. We want to write it so that everybody can appreciate it, and I think that always struck me, and I try and do that, and sometimes I don't think I do a very good job.
I'm sure that we're all our worst critics, right?
Right. But I just want simple and connect, and that's kind of what I shoot for, I think.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, I really enjoyed listening to your
Thank
music.
you so much. Thank you.
And I don't know, I could probably ask other questions. I mean, like, when did you first start with music, or was it something you always?
No, I was late. I thought it passed me. My mom, my dad, and my brother all play very well, and
you were not playing when
I gave it up and almost broke a few guitars.
Oh, out of frustration.
Just trying that. So I didn't actually get it until I was like 21, and it was very basic. And then I wanted to play some other songs that I'd heard, and then I was just sort of strumming around, and then all of a sudden all this stuff just started coming out. It was like I guess a conduit or something. It sort of opened something for me, and I could just express things. I was like, wow, this is a little different.
So when you said break them, were you just strumming really hard, or
no,
you
it was
bashed them, or just?
Yeah.
But was it hard to learn the strings? Like, because I know that you have, your fingers and the coordination and knowing what chord you're playing. Is that kind of what you have to work through?
Yeah, you have to work through. I think sometimes if you have even a small goal of like a chord with 2 or 3, or a song with 2 or 3 chords, that helps a lot, because then you can tell when you're making progress, when it starts to sound like the thing that you're aiming for.
Oh, okay.
And then I think some chord charts really help too. So.
Oh, well, that's wonderful to hear. I mean, I like I said, I've only strummed the guitar a little bit. I find it really hard on the tips of the fingers.
That takes a while.
Yeah, and then you gotta really want to.
True.
Otherwise, you give up.
Yeah.
And that's only a small part of it, because creating the song and the tune, it's definitely evolving. It involves a process.
Yeah. So anyway, we do it when we can.
It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Well, anyways, I think I'm done. I didn't want to ask him too many personal questions. I tend to be kind of a personal question person, so I'm sparing you, I hope, from anything that you don't want to disclose.
No, that was great. Thanks.
Well, thank you for performing for us. It was really special on this beautiful evening.
Thank you. It was wonderful to be here. I had no idea I was going to do this, so I'm really, really glad for the opportunity. Oh, my name's Keith Abbot. I guess that's my name. I've got some stuff on Bandcamp, Keith Abbot Music, at bandcamp.com, something to that effect.
Keith Abbot on bandcamp.com, or you just go, or if you go to Bandcamp and then you type in Keith
You'll
Abbot.
find them.
Something like that, yeah. If you get that close, you'll probably get there.
Okay,
You'll find it if you need
that's
it.
great.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Yeah, pleasure being here.
Yeah, same here.
Always.
Good job, man.
Yeah, that was great. That was probably one of the best interviews.
No, you
That was
killed
really
the
good.
interview. It was just a wrap up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could have nailed
I
it.
didn't know how to.
Yeah,
I was not. It's like I never.
Yeah, no, you
got
nailed the
dialed.
interview.
That's awesome.
You just rolled.
That was so pro. That was so pro.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, no,
I did it,
dude, I
okay.
think that's cool.
That's why I kept my eyes closed. I was like, as long as I don't see him, I won't get distracted. And then I felt like the stage going like this. I was like, oh.
I know, he moves around.
Oh yeah, Milo.
The
Yeah.
nice thing is I put a shock mount on it this time.
Yeah.
So it should.
That would work there. I'll just, yeah.
Yeah, you did great, huh?
Okay.